So Howie Roseman and the Philadelphia Eagles make a huge splash of a trade leading up to the NFL draft. Was it a good move, and what does this mean for the future of the team? We will discuss it all. Let's go.
Perfect.
What is going on, everybody? RB here. Welcome on into Philly Take with RB. You know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and be sure to ring the bell so you don't miss any of the content, videos, or live streams. Today we are back, and honestly, it's been a while since we talked some Philadelphia Eagles, but the Sixers in a boring, dull stretch of the season, right? Last couple games, awaiting the playoffs, and what better way to hop right back into the Eagles conversation than with some breaking news. That is right, the Eagles make a huge pre-draft trade just a few weeks away, and the Eagles, according to Adam Schefter, are sending pick 16, pick 19, and pick 194 in the 6th round to the New Orleans Saints in exchange for pick 18 and pick number 101 in the 3rd round, number 237 in the 7th round, and then an additional 1st-round pick next year in 2023 and a 2nd-round pick in 2024. And in summation, the Eagles now sit at 15 and 18 in the 1st round, and the Saints sit at 16 and 19. Now, obviously, this came out a few hours ago, so I've taken some time to reflect. I've seen a lot of different opinions. The majority seems to feel that the Eagles won this trade. Overall, I will admit, I think this is a pretty good trade for the Philadelphia Eagles. Last year, the Eagles made a pre-draft trade, and I was pissed off about it. But I got to give Howie his credit. We ended up with Devontae Smith. It ended up panning out, and the Eagles made out better of that deal as well. So maybe we got to trust them. I do like this trade overall, and I will tell you why. But there is still one thing that has me a little bit iffy. Has me kind of creeping over the deep edge a little bit. We will discuss. But yeah, man, you know, when you look at this trade and this draft as a whole, right, I think we're 24 days away. I didn't expect the Philadelphia Eagles to keep all 3 of their 1st-round picks. I don't think that was realistic. Would I like them to go draft 3 defensive monsters? Of course I would. Or move up and get a great player? Yeah, but I didn't think it would happen. However, what I will say is that I did not think the trade would happen this quick. I didn't think it would happen now. I thought maybe, you know, a week leading up to the draft, which I think happened last year, right? It was closer to the draft. And even, you know, maybe on draft night. And who knows, could we have another trade that is facilitated from this trade on draft night? Because the message I'm getting, and I never got to speak on this last week, I believe it was, but Howie Roseman had a press conference and pretty much said that, you know, the Philadelphia Eagles are going to continue stacking assets. It doesn't seem like after a year where they got in, even though they lost the playoff game, but did get in, it doesn't really feel to me like they're trying to make that massive jump. What it really feels like is they're trying to figure out who they have, and maybe in a year or two, really go make a push and just continue to stack those assets and wait for the right move. But, you know, as I continue to evaluate this trade, you know, it happened, and the Eagles have been pretty quiet this offseason. To be honest, I haven't really, enjoyed much of what they've done because they haven't done much. This was kind of the first big thing to get it in motion. I'm still thinking they might be able to sign a player or two, but it really feels like they're going to have to hit good on this draft. And now it really feels like next year's draft, which is obviously a lot more top-heavy in terms of talent, such as the quarterback position, is going to open up. But here's my main takeaway from this trade, okay? It's as clear as day to me. Howie Roseman literally sent a message to Jalen Hurts. He said, "This is your year. We're giving you this year. You're our guy. Don't worry about it. Don't fret. But if you don't show up this year, if you don't perform, if you're not that guy after this season, it's back to the quarterback factory. It's back to the quarterback factory." That's literally what I got out of this trade. We are pretty much lining up to potentially maybe trade up next year and go draft a quarterback if Jalen Hurts does not work out, and try to surround him with what we can. Obviously, the Saints, trade us their pick next year. Are the Saints going to be good this year? I don't know. There's a lot of question marks. Hopefully, that will turn into a higher pick. But now the Eagles have 2 firsts next year. And as Adam Schefter says in his tweet, We have double ones in the 2023 draft, which is expected to be a better, deeper quarterback draft. I think we're lining up for that. I think we are putting all chips into play for next season. Now, whether you think that's the right decision or not, that's up to your personal opinion. For me, I feel that that is a good choice because there have been moments where we feel like Hurts is the guy. Then there's other moments where we're like, what is this guy doing? And I think it's important to have that backup plan. So overall, I think Howie Roseman got a ton of depth, in terms of picks. He got a ton of assets in this trade. And I think it'll benefit the Eagles going forward. And even in 2024, right, getting a second-round pick, I think Howie Roseman kind of excels in this area when it comes to trades. We saw it with the Wentz trade. There are times like this where Howie Roseman's able to get the good end of a deal. The one thing that I am a little bit concerned about is the lack of moves this offseason, and this being a year now where we are going to significantly evaluate Jalen Hurts. Have we done enough for him? Right? We're at this point, obviously we have the draft and all, but as of right now, have we really done anything on offense to help this guy out? We're getting a little bit old in a couple different areas. What are we going to do? We need to have kind of those renovation plans, right? We have to have those backups in place. Have we done enough, and will we do enough by the time the season starts to really get Jalen Hurts in his essence and ready to go with the right weapons and playmakers around him to really evaluate what he is at his peak? Have we done that? And that's pretty much my only question, because if you go in with the almost, a replica of the offense from last year, you got to give them more. There have been a lot of wide receivers. Devontae Parker got traded. You could have made a move. You did not. You're stacking up assets. Have we done enough to evaluate Hurts on his rookie contract? That's really where I'm at with the one iffy for me. But other than that, Howie Roseman, got to give it to you. Great trade. Still think you need to do more in terms of free agency. And hopefully he can finally hit on some draft picks. He did last year on a few, but we need to have a really, really good draft for this team. Not only for this year, but for the next year, the year after that. Because we're trying to open up this window here for a couple years. And I hope Howie Roseman can get it done. But just wanted to give my insight on it. Eagles make a huge trade. Don't know if that's the last thing we'll see leading up to the draft. Give me all your thoughts down below in the comment section. What do you make of this trade? Where does it take us as a franchise? Give me all your thoughts. Appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And like always, I will catch you on the next one, man. Peace.
Perfect.